Hello, boys and girls. I'm going to read to you another Jan Brett story. This one is called The Mitten, and it is one of my favorite Jan Brett stories because it is so silly. All right, we are going to read this book. And remember, what's really cool about Jan Brett is she makes borders on her pages. So she kind of tells you what happened on the past page and sometimes gives you a preview of what's coming up. So be sure to pay attention to that. All right, let's get started. There once was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow-white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you have your snow-white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. If you notice, the sides are even, the previews are even in the shape of a mitten. That's so cool. I see an animal. What do you think this animal might do? What do you think? Interesting. That's a good prediction. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. What do I see here? Looks like another animal. I wonder what that rabbit is gonna do. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. So here are the animals. Looks like another animal is gonna be coming along. And here's Nicky. Do you think Nicky's even noticed that he lost one of his mittens? Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. So, look at those borders again. What do you think? As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Talons are like claws. So owls, they have like really long talons. And if an owl wanted to come into a mitten with me and he had those talons, I wouldn't argue either. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotted by, stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. What do you think? Looks like it might be getting a little crowded in there. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged too many times its size, but Bubba's good knitting held fast. Look at this. That's a mitten. That's a bear. Should your mittens be almost as big as a bear? Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wiggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great bear's nose. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I don't know about you, but I noticed Nikki on this mitten and on this mitten. What do you think? Make a prediction. What do you think is about to happen? Let's see. Let's find out. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Ha, 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 choo! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. Oh no. Can you believe all these animals were inside of a mitten? Holy moly. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. If you look, there it is. He could spot it because it wasn't in the snow, but it was up in the sky. Look at the animals on the sides. That's so silly. As he ran to catch his snow-white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his new mittens. There's Baba inspecting the mittens, and they look like they're a little bit different in size. The end. I think that book is so silly. Could you imagine having a bear inside of one of your mittens? That's crazy. Crazy. All right, I'll see ya. Have a great weekend.